Yes. We talk about methods and string operations. And last week we had some example. So I'm going to do similar example before I carry on. Or during the example to teach you how to call this string operation, I will show you similar codes that we have done last week to cover all the things that we have done last week. Okay, first of all, I will just share my screen for you to see what am I writing as a code. And after that, we will carry on. Let me close like unused. Only Kahoot should be available. Sorry to keep you waiting. I forget to close them. This Kahoot we can play later. This one here. Okay. Yes, recording started already. So I'm going to share with you my window, which is this window. Okay, please start one Windows Form application. Abdurrashid, you can close your camera if you want. Windows Form application. I click OK. And as you see on the screen, a new form opened. Okay, I'm just checking the, yes. Okay, so let's start. First of all, here, as you may remember, we are putting, what is this? Can you see these lines? How does it come? Anyway, as you may remember, for this form, we can put buttons to do some access. Here is one button to do some access. And we can put one list box to put some lists here. Okay. And last week we learned a button for the exit. And again, last week we learned a text box. Here it is. Sorry. Yes. Okay, so this text box is going to have a name label. I put it here. Label. I say name. All right. Okay. So from here, for this button, I'm going to say, for example, operation. For this button, I'm going to say exit. This is for operation, this is for exit. By the way, let me check this. Yes. Okay, so our intention is to write something here. And with the operation, I'm going to put some information here. Okay, this is our intention. So the one that we learned today was about string operations. I want you to try the others because I'm not going to show you all details about all the string operations. What I'm going to do, I'm going to choose these two, label and text box, and paste it. I'm just trying to make it like slower to reach what I am doing here. I write here result, for example. All right. Let me put text this box down. Let me make it bigger a little bit. Why am I doing this? To show you what the result is. Maybe it's time to show you what is this. Here in the name, this is text box. How do I know it's text box? It's written here, text box 1. And here there is like multi-line, which is false. And here is small arrow. When you click this one, you can see multi-line also false. Look, I made it true. As you see, this also changed to true. Doesn't matter. So what happens here? Let's see the difference. This multi-line is, you see, you can make it bigger, but normally text box, you cannot make it bigger. It stays as it is. It stays as it is. But here you can make it bigger. All right, let us run it and see what's going to happen. I think let me just make it smaller this way. For example, here you write something. You see, you write something, and after that, it just goes down. You see, because it is multi-line. But here, if you write something, as you see, it doesn't go down. It doesn't go down. It just continues. This is the main difference between multi-line and the line. Okay. So what was our intention? When we click operation, we want to take from here the text and separate it to words. Okay, this is our intention. In other words, here is notepad. By the way, maybe today we can do this notepad if you want. For example, when you say Vistula University of Warsaw City, for example, we write it. When I press operation, first I would like to see this Vistula University of Warsaw City. What is that? We are just separating the words. Okay, we are separating the words. Okay, let's do it now. Let's do it now. We are going to do it in operation side, right? So to do that, I double click on operation, no somewhere else. Only operation. Double click. I am in the coding area. So when I come here, this is button 1, click. I am in operation now. I have to write some codes. First of all, I'm just getting the string str. Okay. And this str is equal to the text box 1 dot text. I'm getting the text box 1 dot text. What is it? Let me check. This one, right? Let me see. Yes, text box 1. So from here, by clicking operation, I'm getting the text. So text is with me at the moment. I can play with it. All right. So let us play with it. What did I say? I want to, first of all, count how many words do we have in that text box. How many words do we have in that text box? Do you remember index of str dot index of that we learned, right? Open. Index of, you can see here 9 is written. You see 2 of 9, 3 of 9. So this is how you use index of. There are different possibilities to use index of. So index of, we are looking for space, you see, space word or space character. All right. So let us check it. Index of, what is it? This is position. An integer pos is the position. Remember this? And I say pos is equal to that one, space. And after that, let us show this pos into our text box 2. So as you see, like I'm just trying to make everything to string. Yes, everything myself, okay? I'm trying to learn it. Let me run it. Let me run it. I write something here, for example, Vistula. If you don't mind, I'm going to make it bigger for you to be able to make visible, especially these ones. As you know, it is like font size. much better. Now run it. Okay. For example, Vistula space, okay, university. Look at here. When I click operation, what am I going to see? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the 7th position, as you see, there is space. Let me do this way. Which position now? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth position. You see? If you do this one, 0, 1, first position. You see? Because what am I doing? With pos is equal to str.IndexOf, which means that from string operation, I'm just getting okay, I'm just checking the when I run it, you cannot see the window, right? Okay, very sorry. Okay, very sorry. I'm going to show you. First of, I think you can see this one, right? Can you? Let me see. Yes, you can see the design area. All right, let us try now. Let us try now. Let me run it. Let me run it. Now it is running. Can you see this? Right? I mean, can you see? I mean, the running part. Yes. Okay, tell me what am I writing? One of you is going to say. You don't see. Yes, I understand. Okay, hold on a sec. I'm just going to check how can I make it visible. New share. Probably this way. Not okay. It's much better. Can you see now? Yeah, super. Because that time I shared with you window only. Now I shared screen. So, okay, everything is done. What am I writing here? Super. Okay, I understand. Let's carry on now. This is our window. I'm sharing my window now, on my screen now. This is our window. And here in the operation site, when I double click, I go in, I write these codes. You remember this one. And here I have integer position. For this integer position, I say position index of space. So I'm trying to find space position to string and show on the text box too. I run it, and here I showed you now Vistula University. That was the case. And here, which space is this one? Which position? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is 7th position. Okay. Now it is in the 4th position. Click operation. You see in the 4th position. For example, here 0, 1, 2, 2nd position. So this way, you are finding space in the text, and it is called position. In the operation code here, position is index of space. What is our intention? Our intention is to separate the words and write it down. How are we going to do that? Our intention is to separate the words. So we have position at the moment for the beginning. So instead of writing here, now I'm going to delete this part. Look at here. I will have a while statement, open close parentheses, open close brackets. Remember this, I told you before as well. Our position, if it is not equal to -1. Remember, what was -1 for? What was -1 for? If there is no space. Okay. Not equal to means if there is space. If there is space, we are in. Okay, we are in. So for the beginning, I am making it -1. All right. Sorry, not -1. 0 is better. For the beginning, it's 0. And I'm not doing this one. All right. Position is not equal to -1. Do something here. Do something what? First of all, let us find the position. Position is equal to str dot index of looking for space from position. Remember, we just did in lecture site. Starting from position is 0. Starting from there, we are searching space, trying to find the position, the position of space from the position side. All right. And next step, we have list box 1. We have items, remember from last week or previous weeks, and add. What are we going to do? We are going to add here position, just to see what's happening, okay? Just to see what is happening. So I'm going to run now to see if we have any problem. First of all, look at here. I say Vistula University of City. When I click operation, it's going to be like infinitive loop. You see it's infinitive loop. Now it's just writing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's writing 7, 7, 7 all the time. Why it is doing this? Because first of all, from zeroth position, trying to find the first space, which is in the 7th position. So then position becomes 7. Because it's becoming 7, it's just returning back. And from 7th position, trying to find the space, again finding 7. Come back, 7, 7, 7. All the time finding 7. That's why instead of writing position is equal to from position plus 1 is much better. Okay? When you run it, again, let's run it. Vistula University City, that we say, operation. You see this one? So first position is 7. Second position, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This is the 18. And after 19, which means that after C, we are looking for the space again. We cannot find, so that's why -1. Because it's -1, as you see, it just stops this loop and goes out. I believe you are with me, right? You understand this part? Okay, so then this is not our intention. Our intention is to write the words. Okay. This is what we have seen in this box, but this we are just going to write the words. So how are we going to write the words? First of all, to write the words, this is the code that we are using, str dot. We are going to have substring of this str. Remember, there were 2 numbers that we are going to write. Starting point is position plus 1. Okay, let us run this way first and see. Okay, this is what we are going to do. Starting point, position plus 1, and we are going to write in list box. After that, we will play with the numbers. List box 1 dot items dot add, in parentheses, I write here, and let us run it. Vistula University of City Okay, operation. Look at here. Vistula, there is no V here, starting from Istula until all of them. All right. After that, in the 7th position, we pound to space. After that, university, starting from here, all of them. After that, 18, this is the place. After that, of city. After that, 21. After that, city. After that, -1 and quit. Okay, it seems we are doing something good. What is the problem? First problem is we are writing this string, substring, starting from post +1. Do you understand what I'm doing? I'm trying to show you my mistakes, and while I'm doing mistakes, I'm trying to fix them up. Post +1, starting from post is equal to 0. All right. So then 0 + 1 from the first position. I understand. When I run it, as you see, when I say Vistula University, whatever it is, as you see, it's not starting from 0, it starts from 1. I must fix this issue first. To fix this issue, first of all, remember this. There is no difference between do and do while. This is what I did for the beginning. I changed the order. I made it do while. Secondly, starting from -1. What is this? At least one time, this operation will be done. So by putting -1 here, substring starting from 0th position, right? -1 + 1 is 0. So then from 0th position, substring, we are taking it. Okay. So from now, what are we going to do? We are going to run it and see what's happening. Vistula University. Let's see. Operation. As you see, yes, from 0th, all of them correct. From 7th and from 18th position. So as you see, I didn't decide at the beginning it's going to while do. I changed it to do while. Why? Because if I make it like while do, it's going to check this one for the beginning and it's going to quit without entering here. But at least it should run and change the position. Okay? Next step, we must just look at here, substring, starting from position, okay? And how many characters? This is the important point. How many characters? So then let's do this way. Let me try one thing. Here, I am writing, there is a string which I have. This string has index of, okay. Index of what? Index of space, right? Okay. From which point? From post point 0, sorry, post point 1, post +1. This is the number of character which is going to be next step. I mean, next point, right? Do you understand this part? Or in other words, this is the beginning of the word and this is the end of word because we are finding the second space position. Are you with me here? I don't know. Is it clear or not for you? So what's missing here? Substring. Yeah. One more parenthesis. Let me run it. Vistula. There is an error now. Infinitive. Why? Why there is an error? Because later on we are going to have -1 value. So then it's going to not find the -1. So there is no, how am I going to explain this part? Okay, let's do this way. Let me fix it first. After that, let's carry on. Here, instead of writing there to make confuse, here I try to find position of the next space. Okay. And here I try to find until position -1. Let me run this and show. Sorry. Same problem. Okay, so give me a minute. I'm just going to tell you just now. Okay, just 1 second. Yes, recording. So sharing the screen, share. Okay, let's start. Let us remember what we have done. So this is our box. Our intention is to write here some letters, some words, and after that separate them here in the box. What am I going to do now? I just prepared do while. Why am I doing this? Because I have string str, which is our text box 1 that we are going to take from the text box 1. Later on, we are going to have position of the space -1. And after that, I decided do while. I would say while statement first, but as you remember, I told you post +1 I'm going to use for the operation. That's why I say do while position not equal to -1. We are going to do this. What is our loop? We mustn't forget the semicolon here. What is our loop? First thing, we are going to put in the list box 1 dot items dot add. Let us put string first, the one that we get from the user. When we run it, let's show everything step by step. When we run it, I said as an example, Vistula uni operation, as you see, as it is, it came. So our intention was to find the position, of the space. Position of the space is this str index of, and the value is space character. So to see this one, list box 1 dot add dot items dot add, and when we add position here, as you may see, when you say Vistula University, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4th position. Sorry. Because infinitive, it should be position. Yeah, here it's infinitive loop. So then let us break it to see what's happening step by step. All right, run. For example, we say Vistula uni. When you click operation, you see as it is, it came, and 7, the first position of the space, come. Okay, next step. Before this, before we delete this break, let us keep it here because we are going to take the first word. So next step, after we find the position, let us change the string. What does it mean? Our string is equal to same string, okay? same string of this substring, starting point from position +1. Okay. So if you do this, what's going to happen? You are just cutting the first word of the string and putting the string again. If you do it continuously, sometime later position is going to become -1. Let us run it and see what's going to happen. Vistula University. Look at here. First, there was Vistula. 7th position, we found space. Starting from 8th position, we took the rest. Okay, let me write something else. You see, city of the, for example, Warsaw, you said. When you click operation, let's start from the beginning. It's much better. When you click operation, Vistula University in Ursinov of Warsaw, for example. Okay. Look how many words are there. When you click operation, first Vistula University of Ursinov of Warsaw. 7th position is space. Then starting from here, University of Warsaw, the University in Ursinov of Warsaw is here. And after that, the string change to this one. And here, look, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th position, there is another space. You see? From 10th position +1, 11th position, this is next string in Ursinov of Warsaw. After that, 0, 1, look, 0, 1, 2. Second position, Ursinov of Warsaw. 7th position of Warsaw. And second position, Warsaw, then -1, then quit. So this way, as you see, we just separated, but the other way. Now our intention is to write not the string in the, how do you say, in the list box, to write, what is this? Did I make it? Someone made it. To write only one word. So here, if we just carry on, we are not going to put all string, but from the string until somewhere. Until where we are going to put string dot, we would like to put substring of string starting from 0 position. How many numbers are we going to put? Pos +1 numbers, I mean letters we are going to put. Okay. So if you run it, let us see what's going to happen. Vistula Uni. When you click operation, there is an infinitive mistake because of the -1 value. So let us see. This position is coming from 0, 1. From 0 to 0, nothing. Pos is changed. Substring is changed. That's why here we are going to write. Here we are going to write index of. Okay. And from here, sorry, I just forgot just now. From 0 position, how many characters are we going to put? Position of string of index. Yeah. So this index of should be done before we put there, here. Okay. Comma, position +1. Okay, should be okay. Let's done it. And if it works, it's to learn something. Yes. Starting from here. Yes, good. So the first, I will fix it. So the first thing happened. Second line, we change the position of, the string itself. Then after that, we are trying to find the next space. When we find the next space, +1, yes, it should work normally. What happened? I need to find the mistake. All right. This is not important for now. F5. Vistula edu PL. Probably, yes, Vistula edu PL. The last one is not coming. Let us find how to put the last one. Last one, because it's -1, it's quitting, right? That's the reason. That's the main reason. Because here all the time we are just getting the string starting from the position +1. Okay. And after that, we find another position here. And here I'm going to say if position is not equal to -1. Do this. Probably it's not okay. Only one part, yes. Okay. What is this? Lost at life. Lost. All right. Okay. So now made it this way. You have seen this. Okay. So let me fix this part first. We find the first space from the text, and we get substring from 0 to position. This is the first word that I get. After that, after I put this, I change the string from position 1 until end. Okay. And after that, I come at the beginning. Before I go at the beginning, to put this one here is better, I believe. And after this, wait a minute, position is done, and next position will be found. When you come back here, if it is not -1, of course, come back here from 0 till position +1. All right. Okay. So let me try this way. If I am not wrong, of course, a few words is going to be okay. Yes, this is space for the beginning. After that, this one, the last one didn't written there because it is found -1. Here, before because position is -1. Yes, I think better to follow nums code because we are wasting time now for nothing. Because I didn't test it before I start here. This code is okay. Second position, post +1, post 2 is -1, else do this one to take the last word. Okay, anyway, so then it is okay, it's working, but I made it like shorter way, only I'm just confusing at the moment which one is coming first, which one is coming last. So use these codes, okay? Anyway, let us carry on our topic itself. Okay. So let's carry on our topic itself. So here for the last week, we were talking about exit button. You may remember. When I click exit button, double click and go in. For the exit button, maybe you may remember, we just used message box. Just to repeat for everybody, as this message box show, in parentheses, we write our message. Our message is, are you sure? This is the question. And after that, this is our message for the caption. And after that, we write message box buttons dot yes, no. And after that, we can put message box icon, which is question, for example. You remember this? When you run button, if you click exit button, it says, are you sure? When you say yes, it should close, but it doesn't because we didn't write any code. When you click no, it should not close. So here we are going to write a code. This is our form. This is our exit button. When you double click, we go in. When we go in, here it is. This is our code. We learned one thing from last week, dialog result. Because this message box is a dialog box. Dialog result, let's say D. It's like integer A, integer B, dialog result D. So dialog result is a reference data type. So after that, when you say D is equal to this message box, I can write it like this way as well. D is equal to this message box. So what's happening? Whatever user enters, if user enters yes, D becomes yes. If user enters no, D becomes no. So D is going to be whatever user enters. So from this point, we are going to check this D. If open close parenthesis, if D is equal to dialog result yes, right? After that, what's going to happen? Application exit. Sorry. Application exit, open close parenthesis. Okay, so then when you click button 2, this will happen. What will happen? We have dialog result D. D is equal to message box show. So then this is our message box. And after that, if D is equal to dialog result yes, which means that if user click yes, then application exit. So let us run and try. Here we have something. When you click exit button, message box came and asking, are you sure? You say no, nothing happens. When you click exit, are you sure? You click yes, and as you see, application exits. Okay, so this is how this exit works. So for this question, for the first part, let us count how many, when you run it, here, we will do it. How many words are there? As you see, there are 2 words. Okay, when you click operation, there should be 2 here. How am I going to do that? When I double click operation. So string operation is string str. Str text box 1 text. So this is our string. And position starting from -1. And I'm going to do this operation. I can say like while operation from the beginning. Open close parentheses again. And I'm going to check position. If it is not equal to -1, I will do it continuously. All right. What am I going to do? I'm going to count how many spaces are there. So there is, of course, easy way, but now from the long way, I will say a new position is equal to str dot index of, in parentheses, we are looking for space from position +1. Okay, pay attention here. After I find it, if position is not equal to -1, remember I write this code already. What am I going to do? I said C++. What is C? Integer C is equal to 0. What is C? C is our count. So then this way I am counting how many position I have. So don't forget here, this should start from the 0th position. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So after that, after I quit from the while loop, text box 2 dot text is equal to C dot toString that I mentioned before. And when we run it, let's see what's going to happen. Again, Vistula University, sorry, C++, so +1 should be. Operation 1, yeah. C++, and so the last C+1. Or let's do this way, is much better. After quit, one more time C++ and C.string. Yes, this way is better. Run it and look at here, Vistula University in Warsaw. How many words are there? 4. Click operation. As you see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another word appears here. Operation, it is 5. So this is how you separate, how you count. As I mentioned, this is not the only way to do. It's not only way to do this operation. There are some other ways. Okay, but this is how we taught at the beginning. All right. So let us quickly carry on. Let us quickly carry on now with our method. All right. So first of all, method should not be in your method. It can be, but this is your one of your method, and as you see, it is called here private void button one click. Remember void, the one which doesn't have any return value. Now outside of this, I'm going to create another method. To do that, first of all, I'm going to put a button here. Here is the button, and for this button, I'm going to say run to see what's going to happen. Okay, so let's go in. This is our run button. And outside of this run button, I'm going to create a method now. For example, void. Okay. Let me just tell you one important thing. One important thing here. Remember this one, for open close brackets. This is our structure. And in the for, we say integer I is equal to, starting from 1, I less than equal to 5, I plus plus. Okay, do you remember this structure? And for the for statement, when I click button 3, what's going to happen? I'm going to say listbox1 dot items dot add, and I will write I for all time. Just look at here what's going to happen. I'm going to put, from 1 to 5, we will put these values into listbox2. All right, let us see is it working or not. When I click run button, look at here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 appeared on listbox. So let us do one more thing. After for statement, I would like to say textbox2 dot text is equal to I dot to string. Okay, if you look at here, there is an error. What is the error here? What is the error here? When you run, error comes, as you see. What is the error here? Let us read. The name I does not exist in the current context. Let us understand. If you look at here, this I does not belong to this method. Okay? This I belongs to only for statement, right? So I starts here and starts to live here and dies here. This is called scope of variable. So if you want to use this I outside as well, what must you do? You must declare this integer I outside of the for statement. So what happens? This I starts from here and dies here. Okay? This time you can just see easy. When you click run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I becomes 6, it comes here as a result. Is this part clear? This is called scope of value. Scope of, how do you call? Scope of variable, yes. So question, for example, instead of saying, are you sure? I would like to say, are you sure plus I. Which I we are talking about? This I, which is in button click method. So then, because scope of I starts from here and finish here, you cannot use it here. Okay, and as you see, there is an error there. And when you double click, it's impossible. What must you do? Either you must create I here, integer I, is equal to 9, for example. So what's happening now? So you must understand that here, this I is not this I. They are different I's. This I starts here, lives here, and after this method finish, it dies here. When it comes to here, this I starts here and finish here. Do you understand what I mean? When you run, when you click exit, look at here. Are you sure 9 came? When you click run button, result 6 came because those two I's are different. But your intention to use one I everywhere, then what are you going to do? You don't need to write this way. Look at here. Even outside of the equal to, let's say, 0. Look at here. It's even outside of the method here, outside of this one. and outside of the other one. So in other words, it is here. Okay. So all here together with this one, all in class. You see? So in class, all in class, we have a variable which is called I and can be used everywhere. You don't need to use inside separately. When you run it, for example, when you click operation, sorry, and when you click exit, you see 0 comes because I is equal to 0. And very same I, when you run it, it becomes 6. So you can use either outside or inside, doesn't matter. All right. So because this is scope of this integer I, this is important. Okay. So let us come back our topic. So you may know that this / means like comment line. I meant / here to make a comment line. So we are talking about method now. To create a method, first of all, I am using outside of the button. And first method that we know is void method. Learned void method. And do and open close and open close brackets. Question, shall I write here return? Answer, no. Why? Because it is void. Okay, do. I is equal to 10. What's happening here? When you look at there is a do method, and this do method is making I 10. So let me run the program. When I run the program, click exit, I is equal to 0. Nothing happens. When I click run, also nothing happens. Why nothing happens? Because if you look at here, there is code which is called do, void method, and nothing happens. Why? Because nobody start to use this method. Somewhere here, either here or somewhere else, somehow we must just call this method. You see, this is how you call. Do, open, close brackets, open, close parentheses. All right. So now we call it. Did we assign anything? No, because it's not, it doesn't have data type. It's just void. So what's going to happen when you click button 3? It's going to be done, which means that it's going to run, do. This I, which is scope, which is a variable which is available for whole form, is equal to 0, changes to 10. Okay? And I to string. Let's see what's going to happen. When I click run, 10 comes here. Is that clear? When I click exit, what am I going to see there? Are you sure 10 comes here? You see? Why it is happening? Because I clicked button 3 first. It runs this do. Do means run this and come back. Okay? So to see how it works, I think we can put one breakpoint here. Let's put one breakpoint here. Debug. Or let us not put breakpoint and let us start from the beginning. Remember debugging? And debugging is F11 starts program. So this is the main function. F11, 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 run form. Integer I, you see? And after that, form 1 started. All buttons are created. Remember this, right? I'm just pressing F11 all the time. I'm just debugging. And here are the values that we have. F11. You see, labels are ready. Text box are ready. Buttons are ready. Form 1 is ready. From previous laboratory, you should remember. Application run. Yes, it ran now. Now, first step. Pay attention. I'm going to click exit, right? I clicked exit. When I click exit, it comes in. Message box. And as you see, message box seen, it is 0, right? Here, are you sure 0? Why? Because this 0 is I. I is equal to 0, that's why. I click no, program still runs, and checking now, F11. Is it no? Yes. After that, it goes out. Carry on. Again, program runs. Look at here. When I click run, what's going to happen? I click run. This is run button. Pay attention how it works. Now do. Do is our method. When I click F11, you see it goes to do method. Run. I is equal to 10. Run. Do finished. Run. And it comes back because it's called here. Carry on. Text box 2 is equal to I to string. Carry on. Carry on. You see that 10 came here. Do you understand this part? I stop here. Do you understand this part? This do, this method is called here, goes there, it runs and come back. Okay. Next step and next example. This was the first example for do, which is no data type, no parameter. Let us do this way. I'm going to put here integer x, for example. What does it mean? Do is no data type, but there is a parameter inside, which is coming x, and I is equal to x multiplied by 10. It's not 10, x multiplied by 10. Okay, can you see any error here? As you see, there is an error here. What is this error? What is this error? This one is just showing that you call to do, yes, there is do, but there is no parameter inside. There must be a parameter inside. What kind of parameter I can put? Any kind of integer parameter I can put. And here is an example, for example, 20. What is this? You are calling do 20, and after that, it is running back. Here, let me run. Let me try here. It should be F9 if I am not wrong. Debug. Yes, breakpoint. Okay, let us run. Where are we? Here, run. When you run it, you can see 200. How come? Because 200 means we are going to see 200 because I is 200. How come? Because x times 10, x is 20. This 20 goes here, x becomes 20. 20 times 10 is 200. So result is 200. Okay, this is how you use a method. Let us carry on to create another possibility. Integer x, comma y. What am I doing now? Do you remember we were using, for example, integer a, b, c. What does it mean? A, b, c, three of them are integer value. So this is how we show when we declare a variable. But when you just use as a parameter, integer x, y, does not mean that x and y are integer. If you want to use two parameters, you have to use integer x, integer y. Like separately, you have to create. Or you must say integer x, for example, double y, whatever you say. Okay. So x, for example, multiplied by y. Sorry. X multiplied by y. Is it possible? X is integer, y is double. Why there is an error here? I can read it here. Cannot implicitly convert type double to integer. So the result of this integer multiplied by double is double. Double cannot be converted to integer. That's why, what can I do? Shortly, do you remember? You will write here. Okay. Integer of what? Integer of this multiplication. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't put parentheses here, now you are trying to convert integer to integer because x is integer already. Either you will write, sorry, either you will write this way, or this way, or how can you write? Or you will write here in parentheses integer y. What does it mean? Change this y to integer first, after that multiply by x. Both ways are acceptable. Anyway, so there is an error here. What is the error here? It's a void. You have to send x and y. So we send x, which is 20, y 3.5, for example, because it's double. You see? Can I say 3.5 and 20? Let's try. 20. You see? Impossible. Why? Because this 3.5 is double. This is for x. Order is important. Okay? So that's why 20, 3.5. This way is much better. Okay? So what's going to happen? X multiplied by y, 20 multiplied by 3.5 is 70, right? So I is 70. Let us run it and see the result. Run 70. This is this is without any data type. This is without any data type. This method is without any data type. Let us carry on. We have with data type, for example, integer, and this is second do, and no parameter, and open close parentheses, and inside I said should be returned an integer value, for example, 20. Okay, this is also a method. How do I understand it's a method? This is important because there is data type here and because of parentheses. Return 20. When someone calls second do, we are going to see the result. We are going to see the result of the 20. Let us see example here. Let me delete this part. It's much better. Okay. So second do. Look at here. When you say second do, open close parentheses, accepted, right? So is it possible to leave as it is? It is not. When you run it, what's going to happen? 70 comes. And what happened now? Where is this 20? What's happening? You just called it second do, but there is no event. There is nothing to do here. What I mean, second do is here, is the integer method. It's integer method. It returns 20. In other words, for example, here, you could say I is equal to second do. You understand what I mean? Because I is integer value, and it should equal to. Can you see those two differences? If there is a method which doesn't have any variable, which is void, as you see here, you can call it, it will run and come back. But if you have a method which has a data type, then you can call it, run it. When it comes back, whatever you have in return, which is 20 comes into I. Run it and see. You are going to see 20 on the result area. You see? So then this is how it works. Is this part clear? Before I carry on, I just want to see the chat area. Is it clear? Yes. Chat area. Somebody say yes, no. Okay. One more person say yes, no. All right. Enough. Not everybody. Four of you is enough. Okay. Okay. So this method is very important because it's our life. In the coding area, we have to use it a lot. So let us play with this one more. For example, second do I said, for example, here I'm changing something. Integer x, there is another x here, but don't worry because this x starts to live here and dies here, okay? So what is this? This is another x. The memory is another x. Integer x. X is equal to, for example, let's do some multiplication. 2 multiplied by 5. Okay, not divide by, let's make it plus 10. No, not 10, 20. What is the result? Mathematics, simple mathematics. 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. 10 plus 20 is 30. X is 20. Look, return not 20, return x. Is it possible? Of course, because x is integer value, right? So you can return x. So what's going to happen? I is equal to second do. What is second do? You are coming here. Second do is here. X is equal to 30. So I is equal to 30 as well. So 30 will appear on the screen. Do you understand how it works? When you click run button, 30 comes here. Okay. So this is how the how the method works if it has a data type. In parentheses, there is no, as you see, there is no parameter. Okay. The last one that we are talking about, again, integer I said, okay, this time let us change because all the time we are using integer. I said double, for example. Is it possible? Of course. It's a data type of the method. Double, and this time I'm using sum in parentheses. I would like to add two integer number, integer x, integer y. Okay, open, close. So what is this? It's double, right? So that's why I need some double. For example, double s is equal to 0.0. Why I say 0.0? Because it's double. All right. Next step, s is equal to x plus y, right? Next step, did I forget something? Why there is a red line here? I forgot something. Normally, if we were in the class, you would say that. What will you say? Return. Because if there is a data type here, it should be same data type return. Return what? Return s, of course. There is a question now, as you see here. There was a problem here. Where is it here? There was a problem here. I had to write integer because y is double. X multiplied by y, I put integer here. But when it comes here, there is no problem. What is the difference between those two? You can guess. I hear that you said something. That's saying in the television or this kind of program. You must know that integer values are 4 bytes. Double values are 8 bytes. If you have some double value like here, y, 8 byte, to be able to put this 8 byte into 4 byte, you have to squeeze it. You have to change it. All right? Because it doesn't fit inside. Are you with me? And from the other side, here there is a y value, which is integer, or sorry, here, x plus y, they are integer. When you have integer value, it is 4 byte already, and you are trying to put into 8 byte, so it fits inside. That's why you don't need to convert this. In other words, you don't need to write here double. Okay? If you write double here, it's okay, but you don't need to. Are you with me? Because smaller one can fit in the big one, but big one cannot fit in the smaller one. That's why the big one should be made closer. Okay? Any questions so far? All right. Let us carry on here. Let us carry on here. So we created another one. You see this one, double. Pay attention. I am still here. I'm still working with I. There is one thing here. Can I say only, look, sum. We're talking about sum. Can I say sum in parentheses? Look at here. It just helps me. Sum int x, int y. You see, it's just telling me you must put two integer values here. For example, 3, 10. So what happened now? Sum method is going to be called. Let's go there. Yes, here is the sum method. 3 and 10. Yes. 3, this will be 3. 10, this will be 10. 3 plus 10 is 13. S is 13, return 13. It will return 13, but return 13 to where? I must say I is equal to sum. All right. There is an error now. What is the error now? Let us read. This sum, this is the result of this method, which is returning s. This is double. So the one that I told you. Sum, this is double. This integer, double cannot fit into integer. That's why I must just convert it to integer. You see? This way, the result of this sum, double, is converting into integer. Then this integer is going to be seen on the screen as 13. Run it and see the result. Run, 13 appears here. Is this clear? So then we have seen like all, the first one was only do without any parameter. This one is two parameters we added, and this one is with data type, it has returned, and this one is with data type and with parameter. It was without parameter, it's with parameter. But we mustn't forget this, return value anytime. Okay, this is how it works. The methods are working this way. So one more thing I would like to say now. So what does this sum do? X plus y, right? Look at here, look at here. The first thing here, I'm using double. I am saying, for example, num. I am saying integer x. I am saying integer y. Okay. And open close brackets. And look at here, I say double, even s I can use, 0.0. And inside, s is equal to x plus y. And return s. To see the difference, I made it s plus y plus 2 as well. Okay. Just to see the difference. Now the question is coming. If I say I is equal to integer sum 310, what am I going to see on the screen? And here sum 310, result will be 13, right? Let us run it and see that. Run 13 without any problem. Good. If I say I is equal to num 313, you see, num is another method. Look at here. X is equal to 3, y is equal to 10. Result different. 3 plus 10, 13 plus 2, 15. When you run, you are going to see 15 on the screen, right? So that's why the first signature, as you remember, if the names are the different, even if the rest is same, names are different, this is the first signature, name. Sum, num. Right. All right. Now let's go to second one. Look, pay attention. This is not different. Integer sum, in parentheses, integer x, integer y. Open close brackets. Look, integer s is equal to 0. S is equal to x multiplied by y this time, and return s. Okay, look at here. This is in double sum. This is integer sum. This is adding. This is multiplying. Okay, and look at here. I say sum. When you run, yes, there is an error. What kind of error is this? The call is ambiguous between the following method or properties: sum int int, sum int int. Now processor is confusing. Okay, you are talking about sum, but which one? This one or this one? Remember our signature. The names are the same. The data types of the parameters are the same. The number of parameters are the same also. But the data type of the method are different. It is not our signature. Okay? It is not our signature. That's why they are not different. They are not different methods. Even the names are the same. You got my point, right? So saying double or integer, it doesn't change. Now, question. There are two methods. As you see, almost exactly with this one, they are now exactly the same, right? Look at here. Sorry, 0, 0. Look at here. They are exactly the same. There is no difference. Only difference, this is plus, this is minus. So again, there is a confusion. When you say 310, which one is going to run, this or that? We don't know. The first signature is the name. Remember, we talked about it. This is something different. But here, there are two sums. The second signature, data type. Remember? Let us look at here. If you say here, double, and if you say here, even leave it integer, doesn't matter. You leave it integer, doesn't matter. What's happening here? This is sum method. If the first number is double, second number integer, this will be run. This method is going to run. If both of them are integer, this method is going to run. Now, when you come here, there is no error. Okay? There is no error. Let us see what am I going to see as a result. Run. 30 appeared. What is 30? Multiplication of 3, 10. Why it is multiplying? Let me see. It choose this one. Why? Because 3 and 10, both of them are integer. That's why they came here. If the first one is double, let me see. 3.5, for example, is double. Second one is integer. Now, 10, 3.5, sum. Which sum is going to run? This one? No, this is not double. This is double. So then this is going to run. It's going to be 13.5. Run it and see the result. You see, 13.5 converted to integer to put here. That's why it's 13. Is that clear? So the data type of the how do you call the parameters are important. Data type of the parameters are important. If they are changing, one of them is different. So then these two methods are different. Another one, let's come back here. Let's make it integer, okay? So for now, there is no difference as I mentioned. Let's make it 310 now. Both of them exactly the same, right? Both of them exactly the same. The first one is thus adding, the second one is multiplying. Now, what was the third one? Number of parameter, right? Integer z, for example. Look, I didn't use any z here, but only as a parameter I sent here. There is no z here already. Question, if I send here 310, what's going to happen? There are two parameters, 310, 3 and 10. It's going to come x, y. What about z? There is no z. Sorry, that's why it's going to work. 3 multiplied by 10 is 30. Run it and see the result. You see, 30. Question, if I write here, instead of 310, comma, for example, 1. What am I going to see? 310, 1. 310, 1, it's not here. 310, 1, sorry, it's not here. Here, 310, 1. 3 plus 10, result is 13. When you run it, run 13. You see, in the very same program, you can have again sum, both of them are sum, but because of the number of parameters different, so you can see different result. Now, to show you the last part, I is equal to, look at here, sum. When you open parentheses, can you see here 1 of 2? 1 of 2. This 1 of 2 is just showing you the overloading of the methods. Overloading of the methods. So you see double form one sum integer x and y. Next, double form one sum integer x, y, z. So then you choose either first or second option. It is helping you. Either you send 2 integer value or you send 3 integer value. Okay? So this is called, how is it called? Method overloading. Okay. So then this is also important for our life. So these parts I just showed you until here, how you work with the methods. Okay. So then simply when you run it, operation, you understand what we have done. Sorry, something wrong with operation. I will fix the operation. Maybe I can send you later, not as a video, because I confused something there. Because there are some shortcuts. For example, to send the text into array is much easier way, very easy. But I didn't show you array yet. That's why I don't want to confuse everything. But doesn't matter. You can study at home, or you can use Num's code, the picture that he shared already. And this, let's come back here. Exit button here. I would like to show you when you click exit. As you see, this is message box, yes or no, depending on what you say. When you say yes, application exits. How did we do that? So as you remember, dialog result, we got the yes or no from the message box, and we checked it. If it is yes, application exit. If it is not yes or no, or something else you would like to say, please do calculation. If it is yes, and do a formula here, for example. Okay. And the next step, we talk about methods without any without any data type, with data type, with the return value, or with different parameters. All right. So let us leave everything as it is. We don't change anything. And here, maybe in the same program. Last week, did I show you last week? Yes. Second form issue for the mathematical calculation for the second form. So I put a new button here. You can also do that. For the new button, I changed the text to what I would say, calculator. Okay. So what I want, when I just click this calculator, another form will open. To open another form, first of all, from the project, I'm doing slowly. From the project, we are going to choose Add Windows Form. When I click Add Windows Form, from the list I choose Windows Form. And from the Windows Form, the name of the form is Form 2. When I click Add, so as you see, second form opened. So we have second form in our screen, as you see. For the second form, we can put, for example, one button. We can put, for example, two radio button 1, copy paste, radio button 2. So there are two radio buttons. The first radio button, so let us put this way. And from here, I choose text box 1 for the first number, text box 2 for the second number, and maybe text box 3 for the result. The first radio button text is going to be, for example, sum. The second radio button, let's say it is combination. Okay. So remember in the lecture I told you about combination. What was combination? N factorial divided by R factorial multiplied by N minus R factorial. Okay. So this was how combination works. Sum is addition of these two numbers. When you click button, which is do button, okay. When you click do button, you are going to see the result here. Okay. This is what we are looking for. So here, before doing this, when I run the program, maybe you can see this. This is important. On screen, you can see the form 1. You cannot see form 2. So when you click calculator, it doesn't open because we didn't write any code to write second form. So that's why we are coming back here. When I click calculator, form 2 should open. To be able to open form 2, I'm just double clicking and going in to calculator. Form 2 is going to open. Pay attention, this is important. Probably next time I'm going to show you how to create an object. Form 2 is a class we created with the text boxes, with the radio buttons, with button and something else. Okay. Form 2 is a class. And it should have a variable like integer A, integer B, like this form 2 F, for example. F is our form 2, is equal to new form 2. Okay. Open close parenthesis. You must know this structure. This new form 2 means, I told you in the classroom, maybe you remember, form 2 is a class, is a machine. From form 2, by saying new form 2, we are just creating one form, which is F at the moment. What am I going to do with this F? I'm going to F show. I'm going to show this F. Okay. So when you run it, as you see, all the time form 1 comes. All the time form 1 comes. Why only form 1 comes? Remember I told you here there was a program CS, and this program CS has main function which program starts, and here application run form 1. Remember? Because of this form 1, all the time form 1 comes. If you change it to form 2, form 2 is going to come. Let me run it and see. You see, form 2 comes at the beginning. But this is not what I want. I want form 1 to come. Okay, run it. Form 1 came. When you click calculator, what happens? Form 2, new form 2. Form 2 F. F is created. F show, as you see, form 2 shown here. Okay? So here I have 15 minutes more. Sorry, it was without break, we just carried on. So I'm just going to come back here, calculator. We created form 2 design, and do. In do area, I'm just going to calculate these two depending on sum or combination, okay? So let us carry on. Double click in do, we are in do. Okay, so first of all, for sum, let us calculate integer sum. And we have integer x and integer y, addition of two numbers, okay? Simple. How am I going to do that? Simple, return x plus y, right? This is what I want. This is sum. Let us remember integer f. What was f? For factorial, remember that? For factorial, we need, again, integer x. Maybe you may remember also, we need for statement. But before for statement, I'm going to say, let's say integer r for the result equal to 1. Remember this. And for statement, open close parentheses, open close brackets. Sorry. So here, integer I is equal to, starting from x, semicolon, I greater than equal to 1, semicolon, I minus minus. Remember this? What am I doing? From x to 1, I'm going to multiply r multiply equal to I. Remember? So I have r, which is factorial of x, and as a result, return. That is our factorial. This is factorial of x. We have two methods now. First one is factorial f. The second one is sum. Okay. So let's come back here. Design, do. We have here radio button 1. We have here radio button 2. We have here text box 1. We have here text box 2. So when you double click, we are here. What are we going to do? First of all, we have integer a and b. After that, we have a is equal to, you may remember that, integer 32 dot parse, which is text box 1 dot text. Remember this. And b is equal to integer 32 dot parse, in parentheses, text box 2 dot text. What have we done now? We just took a and b from the user. Now let me check. Yes, we took the numbers. So depending on what you selected, sum or combination. Now we are going to have if statement, open close brackets. Look, to get used to, I am just showing you like this way. This is long way, okay? There is also short way. I am showing you the short way now. Not only for if. Look, you write if, there is tab button on the keyboard. When you double press this tab, 1, 2, you see this if statement automatically comes here. The structure comes automatically. Let me do it again. If double click, it comes automatically. This is one. Secondly, there is for statement. Double click, 1, 2, you see automatically structures comes here. For example, while the keywords, double click, automatically comes here. Okay, so this is double tap. All right, let's do long way because I like it to show you all details here. You see, open close parentheses, open close brackets. If what was it? Radio button. Radio button checked. Remember this one last week I told you is equal to true, which means that it is checked. Yes, if it is checked, what's going to happen? We have text box 3 dot text is equal to, what's going to happen? Radio button 1 is sum, right? So then sum of, sum of A, B. Is that clear? What does sum do? I don't know. Somebody created up there. Let me see. Oh, it returns x plus y. AB dot to string. Don't forget. So it's correct. Another one, if radio button 2 dot checked is equal to true, is equal, right? We are checking. And what are we going to do? Pay attention. Pay attention. Text box 3 dot text is equal to, do you remember combination? What was it? First of all, n factorial. In other words, f a. You see, this is the first one, a factorial, divide by f b factorial, multiply by f a minus b factorial. Okay, so we mustn't forget the parentheses. The bottom side here, open close parentheses. And all together, I can just convert it to into parentheses to string. Okay. So look at here. Normally, you were supposed to write 1, 2, 3 times factorial formula, which is for statement. But we use method to not write again and again. So this is the result that we have. So run it and see the result. I will show you something else now. Calculator, we jump there. We have 4 here, let's say 5 here. We have 3 here, 5 sum. Do 5 plus 3, 8. Combination, 5 combination 3, 5 factorial 120, 3 factorial 6, 120 divided by 6, no, 6, 2, 12, 10. Okay. So you see, if you want to make sum, 8. If you want to make combination, is 10. So as you see here, we could do this way. One thing, what is the result of this condition? Radio button 1 dot check is equal to true. If it is true, you do this, right? If it is false, you do the other one. Okay, if it is this way, can I say something like this? Radio button check itself, if it is true, do this. You don't need to control if it is true or not, because it's true already. Same thing here. You understand what I mean? You don't need to just question if radio button 1, radio button 2 checked true or false. Okay. Are you with me? So then the text finished. Most of the codes are finished. I think that's all what I say. Let me just stop sharing these views and come back here. View, speaker view. Yes, you can see me now, right? All right. So, question: is there any book to read Windows Form C# to understand it better? There is one book I'm going to write here. Herbert, I think something like this. Herbert Shield, C# 4.0, maybe 5, maybe the other one appeared already. This one is one of the book that you can check. It's just good. And in website, there are tutorials. Again, C#, like longly, you can say C# tutorials, something like this. Okay, this one also. Oh, I just write, sorry. I don't want to write privately. I just copy and paste because I write privately. Sorry, 1 second. I will just, everyone here. Yeah, this way better. So, will you send today's? Okay, I'm just going to stop recording because of our question answers. After that,